Hey, you're the one who killed Elaine Defont up in Ralbathar. Oh yeah, word about that got around. Man was a piece of bandit trash, is what I hear.
Come and browse my fine selection. Everything's fresh and delicious.
Did you use my good hammer?
No.
Last girl, I told you to leave my tools alone. You have yours, and I have mine.
I didn't touch it.
Hammers don't have legs.
Did you look behind the forge? I think I saw it there.
Oh, yes. Now that you mention it, I think... Sorry about that. May the gods watch over your battles, friend.
Ulfric was a true hero of Skyrim. He will be missed.
Name's Nils. I'm the cook up at Candlehearth Hall.
No matter what else happens, God.
Let me guess. Someone stole your sweet.
Looking to hire a boat?
If you're looking for passage, talk to Captain Gjallar. If you're looking for passage, talk to Captain Gjallar.
If you're looking for passage to Solstheim, too bad. I'm not going back there anymore. Surprised you've never heard of it. It's an island northeast of here. Has a small dark elf town called Ravenrock, and a handful of Nords living in Skaal village. But I'm not going back there. There's something wrong about that place. It's hard to explain. I remember those people with the masks coming on board. Then, the next thing I remember, I was here. And they were gone. And that's not right, losing whole days like that. There's been something strange going on there for a while. But after this, I'm done. I'm not going back to Solstheim. Have you been listening to me? I'm not going back there. All right, you have a point. Taking you back to find out who sent them is the least I can do. Besides, maybe you can put a stop to whatever's going on over there. I owe them a bit of payback myself. Well, here we are. This is Ravenrock. Can't say I'm all that glad to see it again. Good luck. Maybe you can figure out what's going on around here.
I don't recognize you. So I'll assume this is your first visit to Raven Rock, Outlander. State your intentions. You picked one of the worst places in Morrowind to do that, but suit yourself. Just remember, Raven Rock is sovereign territory of House Redoran. This is Morrowind, not Skyrim. While you're here, you will be expected to abide by our laws. Any questions? Raven Rock started out as an Imperial settlement. The Empire decided to abandon it, just as my people were first setting foot here. They left the town a shambles. And when House Redoran took over, we turned it around and it became ours. And even if it's been a struggle to make this island livable, we're proud to call it home. I'm unsure. I swear I know the name, but I cannot place it. I don't think so. I'm not... The name has something to do with the Earthstone, I think, but I'm not sure what. I have to be. As second counselor, the security of Raven Rock was my primary concern. This isn't exactly the city in Blacklight. We're on the frontier out here. We've had more than a fair share of troubles. After all we've been through together, I refuse to let Councillor Morvain die. Councillor Morvain is House Redoran's representative on Solstein. As second counselor, it's my job to support him and make certain his rule is enforced. Your ignorance of our homeland doesn't surprise me. It's the capital of Morrowind. Been that way ever since Mournhold was sacked by the Argonians. I don't visit there often anymore, but we still get the occasional supply ship and visitors from it. Quite a while ago, yes. They cut a bloody swath across most of the southern region of Morrowind. Nobody seems certain why it happened. Attempted expansion, revenge for the enslavement of their people, or perhaps both. Whatever the case may be, thousands of Dunmen needlessly lost their lives. Many more were exiled from their homeland. Alor, I was starting to wonder what happened.
We, talked to Captain Gjallar looking to book passage.
Before you even ask, yes, have the supplies you requested. But what? This load cost me double what we'd agreed on. Nothing I can do about it.
Damn it, Jollens, you know we don't have that much cost.
Look, the East Empire Company didn't give me a choice. They've raised their prices again, and there's nothing I can do about it.
After all these years, they're gouging us for every last drake we have. Let me talk to Laryl. I'll see what...
All right, Admiral. Don't worry about rushing. Just pay me when you can.
Yeah?
I've been sailing the Northern Maiden across the Sea of Ghosts for nearly 20 years now. Might be time to find a new home port, though, the way things are going around here. May the wind be at your back, friend.
Talk to Captain Gjallar if you're looking to book passage.
Need something?
Last time I rode Jalen's ship, I was heaving my guts for a week. Dunmer weren't meant to ride on. Excuse me, but the temple is for followers of our faith alone. Outsiders aren't welcome here. Miraak. It sounds very familiar. Not someone here, but I'm not sure I can recall. I can't be sure. I know I've heard that name, but it doesn't feel real. Does that make any sense?
Non-believers are never welcome here.
Damash.
Can I help you?
You look able to venture outside of town. Perhaps you could help me recover something precious that was lost? A few months ago, I had sent an important folio to the first edition bookshop in the Imperial City to be rebound.
No, Counselor.
They sent it back to me recently, but it never arrived.
Very well.
Yes, the Strident Squall, or something like that.
Your coppers are
The
running
damn
low.
thing sunk right off the
At this
coast
rate,
of
your treasury
Solstheim.
will be
Can you
emptied by
imagine?
next winter.
It doesn't matter.
One of the sailors survived.
I'm
Poor thing
responsible for
crawled
those
all the way
people.
to Raven
I'll
Rock
make
on his
whatever
hands and
sacrifices
knees.
are necessary to keep them
Before he
alive.
died, he told the Redoran Guard about the wreck and warned us that it was going to be crawling with reavers. Thank you. You have no idea how much it hurts losing such a precious heirloom. My husband is second counselor, so I certainly have the means to reward you if you find my folio. As the wife to the second counselor of Raven Rock, it would be my pleasure to help you any way that I can.
Which I've done without question for over 100 years. He's the closest
Why does
thing
that
I've
sound
had
so
to a brother.
familiar?
We
There's
all
no one
know
here
him
by
for
that
lives.
name, and yet
Am I to
I
suddenly
swear
turn
I've
my
heard
back?
it.
Every
I don't know. It almost feels like a dream. Something about a temple on the island. Adral Arano, second counselor of Raven Rock. How I hate that title. Damn fool's going to get himself killed over it someday. He's in grave danger, and yet he continues to place himself in harm's way. When I fall asleep at night, all I can do is hope he'll still be there when I awaken. This island was never meant for us. There's too much death here. I assure you, if I could convince Adral to do that, I'd be on the next ship back to Blacklight. Unfortunately, Adral and Councillor Morvain are very close friends, and they will never abandon one another, despite my feelings. I'm the wife of a second counselor, and certain things are expected of me. The most important thing is that I stand by Adral no matter how I feel, and I intend to do that until we get off this miserable rock. Adral and I lived in Blacklight, the capital city of Morrowind. House Redoran has improved Blacklight substantially over the last 1,000 years. Its grandeur rivals that of Mournhold itself. The root spire where the Council of Great Houses meet is something to behold. I haven't seen the city in over 50 years. Even for a Dunmer, that seems like an eternity. Regardless, I hope to return there someday, which doesn't seem likely given my husband's commitment to Councillor Morvain. My husband is second counselor, so I certainly have the means to reward you if you find my folio.
Your visit here will be tolerated as long as you abide by our laws. Otherwise, you'll
May I have
answer
a word
to the
with you,
Redoran
Counselor?
Guard.
Of course, Cindiri. What troubles you?
I was concerned about our food stores. Jalan can only carry so much on each journey, and I'm afraid we might run out.
I'll speak with Garen and see if we can't increase the crop production this season. Sorry, Cindiri. I fear we'll be feasting on ash yams a bit more often this year.
I've sworn to keep Councillor Morvain safe, and I intend to take that oath. To the
As the
grave,
wife to the
if
second
need be.
councillor of Ravenrock, it would be
Most
my pleasure to
exiled
help you
Dark
any
Elves
way
call
that I can.
Vardenfell home. I call Ravenrock our home. May it last
On
a
behalf of
thousand
House
years.
Redorin and as Councillor of Ravenrock, I bid you welcome. Solstheim is theoretically under my rule, but without revenue from the mine, I lack the resources to actually govern anything but Ravenrock itself. Not that there's much beyond the confines of our town anyway. Well,
Remember,
there's a small enclave of Nords to the north in Skaal village. They pretty much keep to themselves, and we both like it that way. Then there's Tel Mithrin to the east. The Telvanni live out there. Sort of a strange lot. But since we're both from Morrowind, we get along. Other than that, Solstheim is crawling with bandits and Reeklings. But that's to be expected living in a frontier like this.
Part of me is missing.
Every Dunmer left a piece of themselves
Do I?
behind when they departed.
What a strange thing.
All we can do.
It sounds
is make
so
the most of
familiar,
what we have.
and yet I cannot place the name. I'm not even sure. I can picture a temple, here on Solstheim. Must have been a bad dream. You've never heard of House Redorin? We're the mightiest of the great houses, and we lead the council, the ruling body of Morrowind. This isn't Skyrim, Outlander. A group of powerful and influential Dunmer families have been ruling Morrowind for millennia. They embody a council made up of 5 great houses: Telvanni, Dres, Indoril, Sadras, and Redorin. Well, of course, with 4 other houses on the council, someone has to keep the rabble organized. Our house leads the council by virtue of our preeminence in battle, wisdom, and ancestral glory. Yes, I imagine it would to someone not of our people. If you're interested in pursuing the subject, help yourself to any of the historical volumes in my library. It used to be one of the richest ebony mines in Morrowind, but it dried out years ago. Now, we're barely holding out here. Without the mine, Ravenrock doesn't feel like it can last much longer. My doors are open if you wish to discuss matters involving Ravenrock.
Any news from Vardenfell, Councillor?
I'm hearing that the council will be staying in Blacklight permanently.
Well, of course. Now that they're under House Redorin's protection, why would they want to go back to Mournhold?
My thoughts exactly, my friend. Anything you can contribute to Raven Rock will be greatly appreciated. And rewarded
As the wife to the second council.
There's nothing beyond the bulwark except wild Nords and ash wastes.
Want to buy anything, or just laugh at our misfortunes? I'd be on the first ship off this island if I had the coin. What a waste. Bad? What if I told you that you're the first person that's even considered looking at my wares today? I've half a mind to contact my friends at the East Empire Company and see if they need an extra hand in Windhelm. Oh, absolutely. In fact, I've corresponded with Vittoria Vici herself more than once. You know, the lady who runs the East Empire Company warehouse in Solitude. The biggest warehouse they have in Skyrim. Bah, you're just like the rest of the folks around here. Mark my words. The East Empire Company will return to Raven Rock, and when they do, I'll be at the top of their list. The question you should be asking is, what don't I sell here? Because I have pretty much any supplies you might need. If it's not a weapon, potion, or armor, then it's likely that I have it. Jarland, over at the docks, brings me most of my supplies, and the rest comes from bartering with the people in town. Oh, Glover Mallory gets me a few things once in a while. He usually has the most amazing deals that I can't pass up. I think I maybe had a dream about someone with that name. It was very strange. Was I building something? A shrine down on the beach near the Earthstone? I'm not sure. Mining gear? No. However, I used to sell East Empire pendants until I ran out of them. Popular little item. It's an amulet that was made exclusively for the East Empire Company. They gave them to their workers as an incentive at one point, a kind of reward for extra effort. They're no longer being made, so they've become a collectible. I'd love to get my hands on a few of them. They could be anywhere on the island. The mines might be a good place to start. If you find any while you're exploring Solstheim, bring them here, and I'll pay you for them. Take a look. The East Empire pendants are scattered all over, so leave no stone unturned.
Here in his shrine. they have forgotten.
Here do we toil. By night we recline. What by day was stolen. Far from ourselves.
That seems inadvisable. Oh, fascinating. By touching the stone, you appear to have fallen under whatever influence is affecting the other.
For me, do you see?
I wonder how long this effect will last. Perhaps it is
now,
permanent.
through them, do I speak.
And when the world
That
shall
would be a
sing,
shame. You are an interesting exception to
And
the otherwise universal phenomenon.
Remembers.
here in his shrine.
Can you hear me?
That you
Do you have any
forgotten.
free will left? Or are you completely under this outside influence like the other?
That you might remember.
It appears that
What
you were
by
not
day
as
was
unusual
stolen?
after all.
Far from yourself.
Ah, so you are able to resist
It grows
the effect
ever
by
near
exerting
to
your
us.
will. Fascinating.
You there. You don't seem to be in quite the same state as the others here. Very interesting. May I ask what it is you're doing here?
Miraak. It sounds familiar, and yet I can't quite place... Oh, wait, I recall. But that makes very little sense. Miraak's been dead for thousands of years.
Now through them does he
I'm not
speak.
sure. But it is fascinating, isn't it?
And when the world
Perhaps it has
shall
some
sing,
relation to what's going on here. Quite unexpected. I'm afraid I can't give you any answers, but there are ruins of an ancient Temple of Miraak toward
when
the center of the
world
island.
shall sing,
If I were you, I'd look there.
and when the world remembers.
Building something, clearly. And yet they don't seem to have much to say about it.
Here
I'm
in
very
his
interested to find out what happens when they finish.
shrine, that they have
Certainly
forgotten.
not. Doing so would interfere with whatever is going on, and I would be unable to see how this all turns out. It's the homeland of the Dunmer. The lesser races call us Dark Elves.
That we might remember.
We built great works there, like Vivek and Aldruin. Many of them are destroyed now, either by Red Mountain or the Argonian invasion. You are too young to remember the Nerevarine. He defeated Dagothur and saved us all from the Blight. It is the only place where silt striders can be found. Although I managed to transplant a few here when I arrived. When the city of Vivek was destroyed, it took decades for us to rebuild. We are still but a shadow of our glorious past, but someday we will rise again.
Now through him
The ignorant think it is only a place of ash and lava. It has rolling green plains and swamps and verdant hills, too. Red Mountain dominates the island. Every now and then, ash and debris from an eruption land on our shores. There is the big island of Ardenfell and the coastal mainland. House Telvanni has its properties on Vardenfell. I've never been to the mainland
when
myself.
the world remembers. That world will cease to be. Here in his shrine.
That they have forgotten. Here do we toil.
That we might remember.
Can I help you?
Vendel Severin. A pleasure to meet you, Serio.
What's wrong with you? Do you want to ruin everything?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm here to do a job, and that's it.
I've seen the way you look at her. Do you take me for a fool?
Look, dearest, what I do on my own time is my business. You stick to your business, and we'll both be fine. Always glad to help, Serio. What can I do for... Do I? I was going to say no, but somehow I feel like I do. Does that make any sense? No, I'm sure of that. And yet, I think I had a dream of a temple, and he was there. Pleasant journey, Serio. We meet again, Serio.
Always a pleasure to watch when a man like you walks by. That's not someone who lives in Raven Rock, I don't think. But it sounds so familiar. Maybe. I can't help but think of some sort of temple on the island. Why would that be? Don't stay away for too long.
My husband Vendel feared visitors would shun Raven Rock. I'm glad to see he was mistaken. Miraak. I'm sure I've heard that name before. Haven't I? Was it in a dream? May your path be free from danger.
The Master calls.
I can't believe I've been stuck here this long.
dead.
Thanks. I wasn't sure I'd make it off this farm alive. I wish I could have said the same for my man here. Some of the Redoran Guard have taken to calling them Ashspawn. Me, I don't care what they're called. All I know is they're a danger to Raven Rock and they need to be stopped. I was going to search for clues that might lead me to wherever they're coming from. I know it isn't the best place to start, but we know they've been coming from this direction. Good. I can use all the help I can get. Besides, I don't feel comfortable leaving Raven Rock behind, and I'd hate to lose any more Redoran Guard. We were searching the farm when the Ashspawn ambushed us. Have a look around and see if you can turn up anything useful. I might know someone, or maybe not. I can't remember. I can't. I just can't be sure. I think maybe he had something to do with a temple. A temple here on the island. Does that help? No one knows, really. Superstitious folks say they're the risen forms of those that died long ago. But I'm not so certain. They started attacking the bulwark a few weeks ago. My men were able to kill them, but they keep coming back. We've had 2 other assaults on the bulwark, at different spots on the wall. I know it sounds crazy, but it's almost like they're becoming more organized and probing it for weaknesses. Exactly. Something has to be directing them against us, and we need to find out who or what it is. I don't. All I know is that the Ashspawn are coming from this direction, so this is as good a place to start as anywhere else. Good thing the farm's been abandoned for a long time. I'd hate to see what they would do to an unarmed farmer and his family. Not sure. I was told it was an old Imperial farm that was wiped out by the eruption of the Red Mountain. Not certain who lived there. It was already a pile of rubble when I arrived in Raven Rock. Report back to me if you discover anything unusual. Have you found something? This is strange. The note says it's from General Folks Carius, but that's impossible. Well, Carius was the Imperial garrison commander at Fort Frostmoth, but he died over 200 years ago when the Red Mountain leveled the place. There's no way he could still be alive. If General Carius is still alive, there must be something keeping him that way. I need you to head out to Fort Frostmoth and check it out. I'm gonna head back to Raven Rock and prepare the men for further assaults. Be careful. This General Carius sounds out of his mind.
Yes, Sirrah? With me? What's the matter with you? Sorry, I've just had a lot of hawk-faced cowards coming by to mock my efforts. It probably can't hurt to tell you. You look mostly honest. The name's Rollis. Rollis Sedaris, out of Moorhold. I've got a financier waiting for me back on the mainland. Sent me here in the interests of obtaining some rare antiquities. The relics of Azador. But this whole thing became a disaster right quick, let me tell you. You come out of the northern ashlands, you don't expect things to go easy, you know. But this was something outside my particular expertise. When I first got to Kolbjorn, you couldn't even see it. Buried in the ash, like most other things on this blasted island. Dug out a pile of the stuff taller than me just to find the barrow. Who knows how much to reach the door? Excavating isn't exactly my specialty. Even if it was, the ash storms fill it in faster than you can dig. You think I've got that kind of money? No, I only get paid on delivery. Can't afford to go out of pocket for 1,000 septims on this. Takes money to make money, all that rot. There's a lot of it at the other end. But I can't get there without a little kick to start it off. You ever hear of Azador? He was the first great Nord enchanter, maybe even the first human to master elven methods. His best work was buried with him, though. A set that my patron calls the relics are supposed to be down in his tomb. Now, they're old, and they're powerful. A combination like that makes them pretty valuable to certain people. And I happen to know certain people. What? Are you serious? Well, I think I could make that work. We can sort out the details of our little arrangement later. But for now, I'll manage the dig if you can manage the coin. Do you have the gold? But I can get it. Sure. Listen, I've heard this song before, and I'm already tired of it. Come back when you're not a waste of my time. Do you have the gold?
listen to this one. My nights have been impossible to bear without you. I beg you, please depart that blasted isle and return to solitude at once.
No more. What a fool.
Do you think he's the one we left in the tunnel?
Who cares? Nods all look the same to me.
Wait. Did you hear that? Sounds like those ash spawn are back.
Well, at least if the other Nord returns, they'll take care of him.
I should go back to picking pockets in Windhelm. Easy money, and less chance of an axe in your skull.
Thirsk!
Looking here. Looks like we got ourselves a hero.
Die, Outlander! Do your worst!
What's faithless minds are stolen.
Our eyes once were blinded. Now our hands once were idle.
To them as he speaks.
And the world shall listen, and when the world shall see.
Elders talk of great cities much bigger than our village. But why would anyone need so many buildings? Mother worries when I walk too far from the village. She says a dragon might snatch me up, but I'm not afraid.
I must dedicate myself to maintaining the barrier.
You follow me. You follow me. Predict. Rawa. Rawa. You follow me. You strong help dragon. You strong help dragon. We family, we strong, you stronger. Bilgamak, run, prize beast. Run. All tribe kin. Chase away. Bilgamak. Fear. You bring he. Follow you. Yes. Bilgamak. Prize beast. You find he. Follow. Bilgamak. Love meat. Give meat. He follow. You go. Where beast? See you, no see. Bilgamak, go, go. Hot, fire, cold, dizzy drink. Happy tribe. Tribe keep in all places, all of world within great water. Yotar.
that world will cease to be. Here in his temple.
That they have forgotten. Here do we toil, that we might remember.
By night we reclaim what by day was stolen.
Can you hear me? You must leave this place! You there. What brings you to this place? Why are you here? I am Freya of the Skaal. I am here to either save my people or avenge them. I am unsure. Something has taken control of most of the people of Solstein. It makes them forget themselves and work on these horrible creations that corrupt the stones, the very land itself. My father, Storm, our shaman, says Miraak has returned to Solstein, but that is impossible. Then you and I both have reason to see what lies beneath us. Let us go. There is nothing more I can do here. The tree stone and my friends are beyond my help for now. We need to find a way into the temple below. His story is as old as Solstein itself. He served the dragons before their fall from power, as most did. A priest in their order. But unlike most, he turned against them. He made his own path, and his actions cost him dearly. Who's there?
That one will cease to be.
The evil in this place must be rooted out. There are few of us left unaffected by this curse. My father, Storm, the shaman, protects them in the village. I fashioned an amulet to guard me against whatever has taken hold of the Skaal, but it is the only one of its kind. If I cannot find a way to save them, there is no hope for our people. We have lived on Solstein for many generations. Our people are tied to the land itself. We try to serve the All-Maker, to live in balance with nature, instead of exploiting it, as others would. We must find out what is at work here. Are you ready to help me now? We should not delay. We should check these rooms for supplies before heading further into the temple. Take your time. I shall follow you when you're ready. The evil in this place must be rooted out. We must find out what is at work here.
Find them.
Victorious again. We must be careful in these ruins. Traps can be anywhere, and there will likely be many. Miraak was trying to take power here, and protect himself in the process. I do not wish to imagine the kinds of things that happened in this chamber. Who are the poor souls trapped in these cages? What tortures did they suffer at Miraak's hands? Was it in service to the dragons? Or for his own purposes? Look up there. I think I see something. The stairs are knocked out. I have no doubt you can find a way up. You never know. You may find something of value up there. I shall look around. We can proceed when you are ready. So it ends. Impressive. Was it worth the effort? Who's there? There was no other way it could be. Victorious again. Who's there? Victorious again. I'm not going down there. It would be foolish to attempt it. You have a much better chance than I to make it through these traps. I have no doubt that lever turns these blades again. I shall wait here for now. Miraak took great pains to make it difficult to reach him, it seems. Let us hope that is the last of these traps. Where did you come from?
Miraak, help me.
I do not know what it is Miraak learned that gave him reason to turn on his masters, but his path seems to have been a cruel one. I wonder if we will find some answers to what happened so long ago. Is someone there? Who's there? Who's... I knew I heard something. Deeper can this be? I had been told that Miraak's power was great, but to have built so large a temple, it cannot be much farther. Miraak had turned against the Dragon Claw, but to display the remains in such a manner as this. Something feels wrong. Brace yourself! What? The evil in the place must be rooted out. Dead end? Impossible. There must be something more. Look around. I will let you know if I find anything in the dining area. knew it! A secret passage in the dining area just opened up. This must be it. Let us move quickly. I wonder if there is something here that tells the story of Miraak. Nothing but ruined books. I do not recognize this statue. We passed by a few of them earlier, but they are becoming more frequent as we get further in. I do not like this place. It almost looks as if these statues will come to life at any moment. It looks like there is only one way to proceed. I leave the honor of pulling that handle to you. I do not want to put my hand anywhere near the mouth of that statue. It is eerily quiet. I do not suspect that will be the case the further we go. Be on your guard. dark magics at work here. Ready yourself. This book, it seems wrong somehow. Here. Not. It may be what we seek.
The time comes soon when... What? Who are you to dare set foot here? You are Dragonborn. I can feel it. And yet... So you have slain Alor. Well done. I could have slain him myself back when I walked the earth. But I chose a different path. You have no idea of the true power a Dragonborn can wield. This realm is beyond. You have no power here. And it is only a matter of time before Solstheim is also mine. I already control the minds of its people. Soon they will finish building my temple, and I will return home. Send him back where he came from. He can await my arrival with the rest of Tamriel.
What happened to you? You read the book and then... It seemed... What happened to you? You read the book and then... It seemed as though you were not really here. I could see you, but also see through you. Where? Where is he? Can we reach him? Can we kill him? This is a dangerous thing, then. We should return to my village and show this to my father. Perhaps Storn can make sense of what is going on. Come, there looks to be a way out through here. You see that green light? That comes from the Windstone, where my people work against their will. They must be freed soon. The village is just ahead. Storn has used his magic to raise a barrier around it, protecting the few of us left. That the barrier is still there is a good sign. Father, I have returned. There is yet hope.
Freya, what news do you bring? Is there a way to free our people?
No, but I have brought someone who has seen things. He has confirmed that Miraak is indeed behind the suffering of our people.
I fear that it will be so.
But how is that possible? After all this time?
I fear there is too much we do not yet know.
Please, Tell Storm what has happened.
So you have seen things, yes? My magic grows weak, and so does the barrier around our village. Time is short. Tell me what you know. So you have seen things, yes? Really? How? The legends speak of that place. Terrible battles fought at the temple. The dragons burning into the ground in rage. They speak also of something worse than dragons buried within. Difficult to imagine, but if true, it means what I feared has come to pass. Miraak was never truly gone, and now has returned. If you could go to this place and see him, are you like Miraak? Are you Dragonborn? Then perhaps you are connected with him. The old tales say that he too was Dragonborn. I am unsure. It may mean that you could save us, or it may mean that you could bring about our destruction. But our time here is running out. The few of us left free of control cannot protect ourselves for much longer. You must go to Saring's Watch. Learn there the word that Miraak learned long ago, and use that knowledge on the Windstone. You may be able to break the hold on our people there, and free them from control. Much of what was known has been lost to the ages. He was Dragonborn, and yet he served the dragons. A priest in their order, highly esteemed and very powerful. Then he turned against them, becoming something they feared. He was defeated long ago, but it seems he was never really destroyed. Some dark influence wields power over them, forces them to forget themselves and act against their nature. At first, it was only during the night, but now every moment is spent building some strange shrine around the Windstone. I believe if the shrine can be destroyed, the Skaal will be free once more. Miraak is behind what is happening to our village, and so the knowledge he has gained as Dragonborn is at the heart of it. You are Dragonborn as well. You too can wield this power, perhaps to a better end. Allmaker Shelter.
If anyone can help us now, it is you. It was Scarf the Giant, our former chieftain, who taught me the ways of battle. He was a great bear of a man, and a fearsome warrior. I used to be terrified of him when I was a little girl. I was a restless and angry child, and Scarf taught me swordplay, so that I could, as he used to say, put that fire to good use. He was a great man, and a good leader. I miss him dearly. She died when I was very young. She was caught in a terrible snowstorm while returning home from gathering firewood. You must understand that for the Skaal, life is a constant hardship. We take nothing for granted. We cannot afford to. Between the wolves, the weather, and the threats in the south, even a simple task like gathering wood for the fire can turn deadly in an instant. We are bound to this land, like a great pine with roots that run as deep as the tree is tall. I know it must seem strange to you, but for us, the thought of leaving our village is equally strange. The land and the Skaal are one. There is no other way to say it. Allmaker guide you.